Hello everyone, it's Scott here, and in this video I'll be unboxing the Nintendo Gamecube controller for the Nintendo Switch 2, which can be purchased if you're a Nintendo Switch Online subscriber from the My Nintendo store. So to start off with, we have the outer packaging, which as you can see features the Nintendo Switch Online logo at the top, and then some text below saying Nintendo Gamecube controller. On the top of the packaging, it just has the Nintendo logo, and then on the back of the packaging, we have a brief overview of how to connect the controller to your console and the TV, as well as a list of contents included inside the actual box. So in terms of packaging and presentation, it's pretty much on par with the Nintendo 64 controller, the NES controllers, and the SNES controllers. So if you've had any of those in the past, the packaging and presentation is pretty much identical to those. Once we open the packaging up, there's a bit of plastic covering the actual GameCube controller, and the actual GameCube controller doesn't have any plastic wrapping around it, but there is some underneath to stop it being scratched on the cardboard packaging. And then below that cardboard packaging, we have the health and safety information sheet, and then the USB cable. And here's a closer look at that cable all in its packaging. And then we have the Nintendo Gamecube controller. So this controller is only compatible with the Nintendo Switch 2. It doesn't work with standard Nintendo Switch consoles, and it's been designed to mimic the feel and authenticity of a GameCube controller, and it does feature rumble support, so it's ideal for playing those Nintendo GameCube games on the Nintendo Switch Online service. So here's a sneak peek at the info sheet that gives you instructions on how to connect the controller to your console and an overview of what's included in the box. But to connect the Nintendo Gamecube controller to the Nintendo Switch 2 console, all you need to do is plug in the USB-C cable into the controller and the other end of the USB cable into the dock, and the controller will automatically register with the console. At this point, if you haven't already, you'll want to download the Nintendo Gamecube app so that you can enjoy the Nintendo Gamecube titles that are currently being offered on the Nintendo Switch Online service. This can be done by going to the Nintendo eShop and searching for Gamecube, which will be the top result, and you'll be able to download it from here. Alternatively, you can download the Nintendo Gamecube app from the Nintendo Switch Online icon on the home screen. Click on the Nintendo Switch Online icon on your home screen and then head down to the expansion pack section at the bottom of the left hand side menu, and then scroll along until you see the Nintendo Gamecube advert. Click on it and then it'll click through to the Nintendo eShop, where you'll be able to download the Nintendo Gamecube app as per normal. Now with the Nintendo Gamecube app installed, you'll be able to enjoy Nintendo Gamecube classics such as Soul Calibur 2, F-Zero GX, and The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker on your Nintendo Switch 2 console using your Nintendo Gamecube controller. Additionally, the Nintendo Gamecube app features various different options you can use to give you that retro feel of playing on original CRT monitor, as well as the option to change between European and North American versions of the game. And of course, you will be able to play online with compatible games available in the Nintendo Gamecube collection. So with all that being said, that's pretty much what you can expect to receive from the Nintendo Gamecube controller and the Nintendo Gamecube app, which is available for Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack subscribers. And as a reminder, the Nintendo Gamecube controller is only available to purchase from the My Nintendo store and does require a Nintendo Switch Online subscription in order to purchase.